darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you guys are so very welcome indeed. Alrighty, so let's talk. We have the Housewives coming up viral, my darlings, because social media is buzzing after Gizelle Bryant told two Miami housewives not to speak Spanish amongst the group. It went viral. All of you said, Fumi, we want your take on this. So I will give you a little story time, okay? As many of you know, Ole is Norwegian. And when I lived in Norway, it was as if I was dumb and deaf because I didn't understand the language. And he's wonderful, loving, family never spoke Norwegian around me. They spoke English. And if they spoke Norwegian, it was because they were teaching me how to write, how to speak the language, what this word meant, how some words could mean 2 or 3 different things. I cannot imagine me sitting down because we had family. Oh, it was so fabulous. We had family Sunday lunches. Every Sunday, the families all came together. Ulla's brother and his family came. Me and Ulla came. Daddy Vold, all of us, the children, and we all sat and had Sunday lunch every week. And it was great because you would come up and you would look forward to meeting everybody, to tell everybody how your week went with one event or whatever. It was a big meetup, really. Yeah, it was like a meet and greet. They never spoke Norwegian until I began to understand a little bit. Sometimes, out the blue, somebody might say something, but it was never in lieu of ever having no consideration for me. I lived in Norway for 5 years, and it was very humbling because it was the kindness that I remember. That where were you from? That, oh, you married Ulla, because Ulla knows, well, it's his country, because Ulla is a national swim champion. 500 medals, 200 gold. Yes, he almost went to the Olympics. He went to the University of Iowa, scholarship, came back, and information and technology, and till this very day is on the swim organization, and they coach and do all of these things. 200 gold medals, 6'5". And that's what he did for his country, and they honored him. And so when I came as his wife, oh my God, we had 25 parties in honor of our wedding to be in Norway. We had 20, from old school friends, to people from work, to people from the church, from people that he knew, 25. Our pictures were in the newspaper. Oh yeah. I had such a warm welcome, to the point that somebody said it's like Diana Ross all over again, because Diana Ross married a Norwegian, Arne Arnes, and it was this big excitement, this beautiful, humongous American actress. And I had just come off of Ugly Betty, and I was leaving California to come here to Norway. Beautiful country, Oslo beautiful, Bergen, where Ulla is from, gorgeous, and the people are kind, and they're loving, and they're considerate, and they speak English, and they teach you. And that was how I left. That was how I went there, and I stayed there for 5 years until Ulla was relocated to the UK office here. It's bad manners to speak in another language, deliberately casting out others that don't share the language. It's bad manners, it's rude, and it's mean if it's deliberate. And Gizelle had every right, and I'm so proud of her, to have stepped up and said, don't speak Spanish. I know a lot of people will think, oh, is it that she's looking down on the language? No. It can be Japanese. It can be Yoruba. It can be Wolof. It can be Norwegian. It can be Danish. It can be anything. If some of the people there don't speak the language, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you trying to cause a ruckus? And you see, this is, again, sister to sister. I'm more concerned as us as women. If you have something you want to tell her because she pissed you off, in my book, I would respect you so much more if you came out and said, Fumi, you know what? You have really pissed me off. And I would like to have 1 or 2 words with you. Say it in the language I understand. Because you want to make sure that your message comes right across. No misunderstandings. That's very cowardly. That's very childish. That's very petty. And we are women. And I will say it all over again. It's sad that something like this has to go viral because I look at it deeper. Us women can never get along. You want them to respect us. But look at how we treat each other. And when they see how we treat each other, that's how they treat us. Because we don't even have regard for one another. We can't even so much as share in conversation with people that are there. You cannot tell me that, oh, it's easier to express myself in my language. You understand English. You're on a reality show. You interviewed in English. You know what you're doing. And it's silly. It's unnecessary. And then, of course, we have people there, giving their comments. And somebody says, I agree with Gizelle for once. No Spanish speaking. Nobody understands that but Marisol and Alexia. It's very rude when they do that. Yup. Giselle's comment to the Miami women about speaking Spanish in front of her felt so ignorant and disgusting. It's giving this America we speak English. I hope people call her out about it. I know that they won't. Am I alone in hating that Gizelle is against Alexia and Marisol for speaking Spanish? This isn't like Luan with her broken French. These are 2 Latina women. Let them speak Spanish. Gizelle is such an uncultured piece of da-da-da-da-da-da. That no Spanish around the group comment was very much giving you're in America now, speak English energy. I didn't even read any of this before I said what I said. It is wrong. It is not demeaning Spanish. It is, I love Spanish. What are you talking about? But if other people cannot understand you, you set precedents for people thinking you are talking about them. It's not polite, but you can see the divide. I believe, if I am wrong, correct me down in the comments. But I think at 54, I think I have earned my stripes and I've earned the right to call it like it is in my authenticity. That's how I'm looking at it. And be proud of where you come from. And if you want to speak your language and say, excuse me guys, I'm kind of stumped, because it does happen. I want to express myself in this way, but I can only say it in Spanish. And this is what it means. So on and so forth. You share the joke. You share the behind the story. It happens in our own African language. It happens in Norwegian language. Sometimes there's no translation. I understand that because I want to cover all of the barriers here and open it up that still it was uncalled for. That's all I gotta say, my darlings. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and then let me know if you want me to review The Real Housewives of Miami, of Beverly Hills, of New York. Because I do watch the shows here and there. So I don't mind. I will review it if you want me to. Okay? I love you, my darlings. I'll see you soon. All of my love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And this, again, is my humble opinion. It's not to hurt anybody's feelings, but I'm just calling it as I see it. Que sera, sera.